welcome to the allotment journey on this lovely sunny Thursday afternoon. Yeah, just done give you a little tour around the beds of what's been weeded out, what's been planted in, what's been planned to go in. Yeah, it's a busy time and a productive time. Lovely to be here in the sun with the birds. They've all been fed. Just finished topping up all of their bird feeders, so they're happy, singing away. A little robin down here just hopping along. There he is, hopping along, pecking up the bits that have blown off his little bird feeder. Always lovely to see them hopping around, isn't it? So yeah, last week we done a lot in the fruit cage, which I'll show you in another little video. We've weeded out, I think I showed some little shorts of that, building some frames I've done in there and tied in some bits, so I'll give you a tour around that in one of the next videos. But I'm just going to show you these beds that that I've been doing at the back here, and what's been planted, what's going to be going in and coming out and everything. So let's just show you all that. Well, the onions and the shallots, they're growing nicely. Just going to give them a bit of a weed. Just get these few out that are here and over here. But yeah, coming along well. Well, that's the onion bed with the shallots in it, weeded out now. And I've just weeded out the bed that had the cauliflowers in. And I've also just done the other bed which had the Swedes in. So that's another 2 beds weeded out. If I remember rightly from my plan I did, leeks are going in that one. No, not leeks, sorry. Celery is going in that one. And I can't remember off the top of my head what is going in this bed. But I shall look it up and let you know. This one's another bed of onions that was planted last week or the week before. And some of them are starting to come up. Now this bed is the one I haven't been able to use for, well, since I relayed all the beds out. I've never been able to use this one or this one because the buddleia tree was so big, it was in constant shade, but I've pruned it all now. And so I'm going to move them around a bit, may change them around or leave them where they are. But this one is going to be a Swede bed this year. And this one, I believe, was going to be leeks, was going in this one this year. And then just got to weed that bed out over there. And then that's ready for planting again. I've got it all in the plan, what it's going to be, but I can't remember off the top of my head what's going in there. Then that one behind it, which is covered, this is the garlic. Got garlic in here and it's all now coming up. That was a row that was planted first, and I had to order some more for the next 2 rows, and they're all coming up nicely now. This bed had some kale in it, so that's all got to be weeded out. So that's ready for planting in. But this bed, I haven't actually got anything on the plan for this one yet. And this one, which had leeks in it, still a few in there to get out at the back. Then this has got to be weeded, and then this one is having celeriac in it this year. And then we've got this big bed here, which I've got to clear off the top, weed it all out, finish topping it up. This one is having main crop potatoes in it. And then this is the trusty old arch that was put in last year for squashes. I know you technically shouldn't, but I'm going to grow squashes back in it again this year. The chard is still growing well, and there's a couple of beetroot which can be pulled and used. Then this has got to be weeded out, and then it's ready for planting the squashes in. And then here we are at the cabbage bed. I haven't a clue what has gone on with the brassicas this year. Some of them, like these ones here, are still doing really well, but then they've bolted. And the only thing I can put it down to is the fact that we've had a load of rain, and then it's been hot and then cold, rain, and the cabbages have just got into stress and they've just completely bolted. Yeah, it's a funny old year so far, starting off this year. It's a funny year for getting things going, because things that normally would be growing really well, oh, it's a bit sunny, things that would be growing really well just are struggling, because obviously, as I say, we've had this hot and cold and everything's bolted, where it's got into stress. It's the same in the big net tunnel we had built last year. All of the cabbages in there, and all of the kale, and also the broccoli has literally just bolted. The whole lot. It was 1 minute it was growing really well, then the next minute hot, cold, wet, and the plants have just gone haywire, and they've all got stressed and they've all just completely bolted. So they'll be coming out, new stuff going in. I've got some onions I'm going to plant in there, some more onions, because you can never have enough onions. And yeah, so that's the tour of the back end of the plot. So yeah, it's getting there slowly, but it's always fun to get the stuff growing again, and so we can have all the greenery coming back, and it's a lovely time this spring. And I just can't wait to get on and do some more bits and pieces. So stay tuned.